After a dramatic and competitive regular season in the ACC, it all comes down to this: the conference championship game, a battle for the trophy that also carries serious college football playoff implications. The ACC championship is on the line here. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels against the Virginia Cavaliers. Great to have Holly Rowe join us reporting from the sidelines. Holly?
Well, guys, Coach told me this hostile environment is going to be a big challenge today. You can feel the tension down here on the field. We understand this is a conference championship game, but more than that, it is two heated rivals. You can see guys bickering on the field, a little pushing and shoving pregame, but we don't mind that type of intensity and enthusiasm. Coach did warn his team, though, that they cannot have this kind of stuff after the whistle. He wants them to play clean, energy and emotion, but not out of control. The game. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Holly. Good stuff. Handoff here from the shotgun. A sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Well, the key to third down success is being good on first down. And here the defense does a great job on first down of going up and stopping the run. And that's the key to this thing. If you can create long yardage situations, now they have to throw the football, and that pass rush can start getting after it.
Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
To be a really good defense and run this 4-3, you've got to have defensive ends that can set the edge and get after the passer. That's exactly what they're able to do right here. They do a tremendous job, and offensively, they have to buckle up and protect this quarterback on the edge.
So here comes third and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. The pass rush closing in. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure worked.
This offense has got to stay out of these third and long situations. This pass rush is too good, and here, more evidence of that. They get pressure, contact the quarterback as he throws, and now it's fourth down.
We'll see if he can make a play on this return. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Goes out of bounds, but a nice chunk of yardage there. He's across the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for the wideout. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
Really good timing from this secondary. The contact arrives right when the ball arrives, and it's able to dislodge it. Great job from them. Incomplete pass.
So second down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back. On the move now. Contact as he threw it. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. And the Cavaliers offense is back out there on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Flip back to the QB. Oh, a fumble here. Can you believe it? Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? Touchdown, Tar Heels. And the defense joins the scoring party now.
Chris, this is something that we see week in and week out. Every one of these defenses and these defenders are becoming more aggressive at the football. You see the punches and the strips. They're trying to get that thing loose, and as soon as it's on the ground, you got the potential for scoop and score. This one's headed back for 6. What a huge play for this defense.
And the extra point was up and good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it's fielded, and the returner makes something happen here. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. On the move. Can he make it? They can't catch him. Touchdown.
What a weapon he is in the return game. I tell you, when he gets one little seam, you can see the explosiveness and the speed. He found it, he's got the vision, and he takes it all the way back for 6.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And they'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
Well, now this defense is in a perfect situation. You're creating an obvious passing situation for the offense, and you can get these pass rushers going. Get them out on the edge, let them get after the quarterback, and create havoc in the backfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. To the air, it's Chambers. Moves out of the pocket. It's a deep shot to the right. The ball is picked off. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense. And the Virginia offense is back out on the field now. Handoff from the shotgun. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Keeping the defense honest with the run game, always important. Plus, this offense is staying on schedule.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
This coaching staff is doing a nice job here, Chris. They recognize that the defense is not getting upfield, so they can seal the edge and get the touch pass on the outside, and they're able to get the line to gain and create a first down.
Here's a throw underneath to the back. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3. Play fake, looking to pass it. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete.
You know, this is such good defense. Even if he catches this, I don't think he's getting much. It's thrown fairly short. Defense is there, incomplete, seems kind of nondescript.
Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? Fires it to the wideout. Grab down the middle. It's Gibson. That play will move the sticks, set him up first down at the 42. They continue to feed their reliable wide receiver. Joe, he told us he came to this program to play for a championship, and he's got his opportunity here.
This has just been such a tremendous fit. You come in here, obviously this program wanted to target the wide receiver position and bring someone in to solidify the outside. Meanwhile, he wanted to come in and compete for a championship, get more opportunities and more targets. All of those things have happened.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 42. Play action, looking to throw. Here comes the rush. Quick throw, misses his mark there, incomplete.
Well, we knew this was going to be a key for this defense. They had to impact the quarterback, make him feel you in that pass rush, and they're able to get to him and hit him as he throws. That play right there, that'll pay dividends the rest of the game.
Scanning the field, it's Holstein. Looking to scramble. Going to try to use his legs here. Look out, he's breaking free. He goes out of bounds, but they're inside the 20.
This is exactly what's so impressive on film preparing for this team is to see the quarterback's speed. Look at his athleticism and explosiveness once he gets to the second level. You can tell that he is so comfortable running the football. This is a huge gain, an explosive run, and this isn't even a designed quarterback run. I tell you what, this is going to be a long day for this defense if this guy is going to be able to run loose like this on the outside.
He can't reach the goal line. They tackle him inside the 5.
Well, you can see the great connection this tight end and quarterback have, and I got to tell you, a great tight end, it's like a warm blanket for a quarterback. Their matchup is always so favorable. It's a big target. They can run, soft hands, and if you've got one, target him, and they're doing that.
Touchdown, Cavaliers! This offense is still clicking.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation. Tight ball game, and they drive the length of the field. Great execution from everyone on the offensive side to go all the way down the field and put it in the end zone.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He brings it back to the 18 before stepping out. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. And looking to throw now on first down. Pass not complete.
To play this position well, you've got to have great mechanics, and more specifically, Chris, you got to have great feet. And the footwork is just all wrong here. He threw this off his back foot, never going to be accurate, and clearly this ball is not in a place where he wants it to be.
He escapes the pocket. On the run here, lets it go. The QB throws his third pick of the day. They get him down after the return, but that interception could be enormous. So far, it's Virginia on top. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field, ready now for the second period. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. The linebacker shifting around now. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. Sees an opening. End zone ahead. And he's brought down at the 1-yard line. What a play on the completion. The Cavaliers looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal. And the quarterback just sneaks it.
This offense is able to gain yards, run the football near the goal line. That is tough to do, and it sets you up for a little play action here. This defense has got to...
Touchdown, Virginia! Still no answer for this offensive machine.
Chris, this group is so good. You give them just a little bit of momentum, they're going to take it, they're going to use it to build a big lead, and that's what they've done. And now, this is a precarious situation. Unless you get a score going the opposite direction, this one could get out of hand.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He steps out at the 22, and that's where the drive will begin. And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. They'll run it from the gun. That's a solid gain, moves the ball to the 29. Second down play coming up. To the air, it's Chambers. The receiver makes the catch. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42.
That's a good find by the quarterback. These early first downs within the series, they're so important to establish momentum. And now you've got to take that momentum and carry it with you. Try to get this ball down the field and go get points on this series.
They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Chris, I was telling you all week how impressed I was with these linebackers, and they're showing it right here. Look at them get into the backfield immediately, and a quick stop, beautiful tackle.
Looking to make a play deep downfield. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort, but now it's third down.
It really comes down to rhythm, Chris, and right now it just doesn't feel like the quarterback is in rhythm. Listen, it's there. They can complete this ball, but again, just not on the same page.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. And they do pick up first down yardage. Set up now at the 44. And the Tar Heels look to keep this drive moving. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Well, Chris, it's kind of like rinse and repeat on these sets of downs here. Quality run on first down, move the chains on second and third down, and stay on the field. This line is doing one heck of a job, in particular on first down.
They look to throw it here on second down. And he drops it. Can you believe it?
I think this wide receiver heard the footsteps back there. Look as the defense is closing in. You can tell the wide receiver just takes his eyes off the ball. And that's just a clear drop. Should have brought that one in, and then you got to protect yourself for the hit. But boy, that ball's got to be caught.
Critical moment of this conference championship. Third and short on the 7th play of the drive. Looking downfield, it's Chambers. And it's a comeback route. They make the stop, but good enough for a first down at the 29.
Well, this is why first and second down success is so critical. You give yourself a third and short, and now you can throw it or run it. And a lot of us thought they were going to run it here, but you can still put this ball in the air, and the quarterback is able to get a nice completion, and they're able to move the chains.
It's the 2-minute timeout. This offense running out of time to cut into this lead before the break.
Well, these run plays don't look like much, but I'm telling you, they are vital to keep them on schedule, create those short yardage second and third down opportunities.
Now play number 9 on this drive. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's a quick grab. He shreds the tackle. They finally bring him down, but the offense set up now. First down from the 15. And the Tar Heels hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Chris, they keep trying to throw the football, and there is zero rhythm in this passing game. It looks like the quarterback is in the backfield, and he's seeing ghosts. In his mind, it looks like he's facing 16 defenders. He's got no idea where to go with the ball.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
Chris, I just get the sense that this quarterback is rushing. He goes through his reads. I think he does that a little quickly. He tries to get to the check down, throw this ball short, and he's unable to connect. He's jumping at the throws. Again, he's got to relax and establish some sort of rhythm.
Back to throw. It's Chambers. He's looking for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pretty aggressive play call and decision by the quarterback there. Rather than try to just create a short yardage, fourth down situation, they try to get all of this and go to the end zone. Now the decision is going to be on the head coach. Does he try to take this field goal opportunity or keep his offense on the field? Well, that's a confidence boost for this team. It's a good quality drive, and you ended in points. I know they would have rather been in the end zone, but again, getting points on the board in this situation, that's solid for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. first play of the drive now from the 25. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quick throw to the left, but the play loses yardage. Very tough second down coming up now. Now we get a timeout from the Tar Heels. That's going to be their first. A decision to make here. What are they going to do on this second down? After the loss on first down, it's second and long from the 22. Here comes the pressure, and it's incomplete. The defense not fooled that time, and now it's third down.
Well, this defense told us they were going to be ready for these completions at or near the line of scrimmage, and that was going to be a big part of their plan, and you can see that paying off here. Good pursuit, good job tackling in space, and that's a completion for no gain.
We're going to throw it on third and very long. Tries to get it to the running back. It's a beautiful throw. Hits him in stride. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down.
Well, they're able to get themselves off the hook. They put themselves behind the chains, an obvious passing situation, which you know you want to avoid, but they're able to still move the chains. That's a good job by the quarterback, finding the open man and then delivering an accurate pass on time, and he's able to move the chains and create a first down.
Dropping back, it's Holstein. Tries the right with a quick throw. That's going to be incomplete. Defense had a great chance for the pick. Couldn't come up with it.
When we talked with the coaches, they said this was their concern. Their offensive line trying to hold up against this pass rush. And here, right away, they've got the quarterback under duress.
And the trick play doesn't fool them on third down. Fourth down now.
Chris, the key to this play was the coverage down the field. There's nowhere to go with the football. Forcing the quarterback to check it down, and then you stop it for no gain. This defense is playing really well.
He gets it away. Directional kick with nice distance. It looks like no return here as that punt heads out of bounds. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? First down. Looking to throw the football. A scoop and score. Wow. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
They're coming after him. Look at this blitz right here, and they can't protect him. I thought that was a poor job of ID by the offensive line. You get a free rusher, and now this quarterback has got no chance. He's got to hold on to the football. He doesn't, and it's scoop and score for the defense. What a play.
So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. They get him down, but he found a good lane in that return. So the drive starts with pretty decent field position. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. To throw, it's Chambers. He's running out of time here. And that pass is incomplete. No idea who he's trying to throw it to.
As an O-line, you've got to do a better job of protecting your quarterback. I know they don't get to him with a hit or a sack, but here the timing of the play is clearly affected, and it leads to an incompletion.
Looking to pass here on second down. He'll take a deep shot here. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? They bring him down, but a chance to turn that into points just before halftime. So they start the drive here, looking to make something happen in the final seconds before halftime. Here comes the flea flicker. They can't come up with it there, and that's going to do it. Time runs out in the first half. Cavaliers will kick it off to begin the second half. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. Returner tackled right there. That's what will start the drive. The North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Chris, there are some players that when they have the ball in their hands, they just hate to be tackled. And that's this guy. He's always fighting for extra yardage, and here he's able to get 2, 3, 4, 5 extra yards after contact.
On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Chris, I think they need to change the look up here defensively on first down. With 2 safeties back, it's just too easy to gain yards on the ground. They're giving them a free 4, 5, 6 yards every single time. That's keeping them out of passing situations, and you can't get your pass rush going. They need to adjust. Chris, that's exactly what this defense needed. Second and short, now a loss of yardage, and you've got third down and an opportunity to get off the field. A really good job of them being aggressive there on that second and short, not just giving up the first down.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Pass is hauled in over the middle. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
That is such an important conversion to keep your offense on the field. They're trying to execute this comeback here in the second half. They need points. They need it in a hurry. It's a good job of moving the chains on third down.
Stop right there at the line. No gain.
That's really solid defense, being gap sound here in their defensive front seven. And they're doing a great job against this run game. They knew that that was going to be a point of emphasis here today. They wanted to stop the run first, and they're doing that.
Important second down play coming up. Dropping back, it's Chambers. Oh, he can't connect with the wideout that time. Incomplete.
This group is just not on the same page right now. The timing, something about this offense seems off, and clearly the quarterback is feeling that.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a third and long to keep this drive going. They make the stop at the 47. That's enough for a first down.
I love this type of play call. You can see with 2 safeties back, it's heavy zone coverage. They're expecting the pass, and you can pop a run. There's nobody left in that run box, and they're able to just hand the football off and move the chains.
He's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle. Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. But he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit. Important moment here in this championship game. Third down and short on the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun now on third down. Looks to the left, pass caught. Brought down short of the marker. That's going to set up a 4th and 2.
Chris, I like the idea here offensively of getting the ball to the running back in space and allowing him the opportunity to make somebody miss. He just couldn't do that. Give a lot of credit to this defense. They're playing with great pursuit and leverage, good tackling in space, and now it's 4th down.
Trying for a 4th down completion. And it falls incomplete. A turnover on downs. Big play for this defense. That decision to go for it on 4th down doesn't work out.
You know, these 4th down situations, it usually comes down to execution. And right there, defense is executing, offense is not. Unable to connect. It's incomplete and going the other direction.
Back to pass. It's Holstein. On the move now. He'll throw it deep down the middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Aggressive call on the first play of the drive, but doesn't work.
quickest way to impact the passing game is to impact the timing of the passing game. And that's why this defensive staff talked to us about getting to the quarterback. And even if you're not hitting him, even if you're not sacking him, make him feel that pressure. And here he's clearly hurried, and that leads to the incompletion.
This time it's complete. They finally make the stop right near midfield. It'll be first down. And the Cavaliers looking to use the up-tempo offense here.
As an offensive coordinator, I would have this play in my game plan as many different ways as I possibly could. Drag the tight end across the formation. It's the easiest completion for a quarterback in football.
They bring him down, but a solid 9-yard gain sets up a second and short.
I just love to see it, Chris. Is when a quarterback stands in there, he knows he's going to get hit, and he still makes a good throw for a completion. That is the toughness and the courage that allows you to be a leader on the sideline. Everybody looking at that quarterback, and they know he's willing to stand in there and take one in the chops.
So far, it's Virginia on top. And they got to be feeling pretty good about things as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's review how we got here. And now, entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They open the fourth by going to the air. Throws to the tight end. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9. The Cavaliers will line up now. It's first and goal. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Moves out of the pocket. Looking for 6. The pass is intercepted. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, that's not what you want as a quarterback. You got a big lead in this game. You turn the football over. That's the only way that they're going to come back. You got a huge lead. All you got to do is play clean, and you're going to win the game.
And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Oh, that's a really good job by the defense. Being gap sound, there's nowhere to go for this running back because of the fundamental football being played on the opposite side. This defense is where they need to be, and then they're making the tackle. Really good job defensively.
Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Man, my favorite thing about corners is when they're aggressive and they tackle well. This is just an easy hitch on the outside. It's man coverage, and so this corner is on an island. If he doesn't make this tackle, it's going to be a big gain, and he steps up and does it beautifully. This guy is always willing to stick his nose in there for the tackle. This has always been a pet peeve of mine from a quarterback.
Sorry to interrupt, Joel, but this offense is going to go for it on 4th down on their own side. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Makes a one-handed catch.
Well, being down in this game, Chris, they're forced into these opportunities where they have to be aggressive on 4th down. That's a good conversion. Now, the challenge is to maintain the momentum. Get this ball down the field.
First down, looking for more now. And a huge gain. They finally bring him down at the 11. One huge play has changed the drive. Now let's see if this offense can cash in this red zone opportunity. Looking downfield, it's Chambers. Oh, it's incomplete. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it.
Chris, in this situation down big, this 4 vertical route concept, just have it on repeat. You basically call it every single play.
Handoff to the back. Powering through a tackle. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2.
Yeah, Chris, I like this play right here because after a 2nd and 10, what you want is just a manageable 3rd down. I've always thought, like, hey, get half of this back, create a 3rd down that's more manageable for the play caller and for the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done here.
Powers to the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
What a What a job by the big fellas up front. To be able to run the football in this field position, you've got to have an offensive line that can just overpower the defensive line. That's a beautiful feeling as a quarterback, as a running back, and as a play caller. You got 5 guys up front that are just winning.
Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And here comes the Virginia offense back on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. Pounding away with the run game. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain. Now we get a timeout from the Tar Heels. That's going to be their first. They still have 2 more to work with here in the final quarter. Offense trying to find a way to get this drive going. It's 2nd and 9 for the 26. And here comes a deep shot. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down.
I'm always a fan of an offense being aggressive and taking a shot down the field, and I really love these 4 vertical routes, Chris. This is a concept that I used to love throwing, but as a quarterback, you've got to identify the coverage, and then you got to stand in there and make a quality throw. Here, I just don't feel like he gave a good ball down the field.
Oh, and it's picked off. A crushing mistake. You bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway at the 26-yard line is huge. Here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. To throw, it's Chambers. Coming after him. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one.
You quarterbacks out there, when you're throwing the football down the field, you cannot let your eyes track the ball. You've got to keep your eyes on the target. Like shooting a 3-pointer, you keep your eyes on the rim. If you keep your eyes on the target, that ball is going to fall perfectly into place. A lot of times when your eyes...
Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, he can't hang on. What an opportunity to score there. Instead, incomplete and 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Chris, they can't punt here. They can't guarantee that they get this ball back if they kick it away. So here it is. Here's the game. It's 4th down. Got to convert.
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. Looking to throw yet again. Extending the play now. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. The ball carrier taken down, but there's a flag on the field. Oh, it would have been a big momentum shift with that play, but the penalty negates it. Offense operating from the pistol. Now the handoff. He's running behind the right tackle. Strong defensive effort. They've got him behind the line. He'll lose 5 yards. North Carolina will use their 2nd timeout here. Chance to strategize for this 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you figure they'll run the ball here to work the clock. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Finds his man. It's Gibson. Goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few yards, but it's short of the first down marker. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Play fake, looking to throw. Hit as he released it. And it's intercepted, the last thing they could afford. He could go. They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
Why are they not running the football here? What a terrible mistake. First from the play caller, and then the quarterback with his decision to put that ball in harm's way. You can't do this. This is a game situation nightmare right now, and certainly this head coach has got to be pulling his hair out.
And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down.
Boy, that is such good timing by the defender. Chris, they're trying to get the ball to the tight end, but right as the ball arrives, you can tell there's some contact there, and he's able to jar it loose and create the incompletion.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
They decide to go pass heavy here in the red zone, and that's 2 incompletions, and now you've got 3rd and long. Now you're going to put a lot of pressure on that offensive line to hold up in pass protection against this pass rush. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, he misfires again, 3 in a row.
Chris, with the clock where it's at, I don't think you can guarantee yourself that next possession, so I think this is it. I think you've got to stay on the field with your offense, try to execute here, get the first down, and put the ball in the end zone.
Fourth down, look at the throw for it. Lets it go quickly. Bring him down, but not before he converts that 4th down play. He'll be ruled down there, but a 4th down conversion with plenty to spare.
Well, they're doing a good job here putting themselves in position inside the 5, but got to score quickly. You need the ball multiple times. This ball needs to be in the end zone right away.
Back to throw. It's Chambers. The pressure's on. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, UNC. Great catch when they desperately needed it. Now to try here for the extra point. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. Oh, and the hands team does their job and secures the recovery. Less than 2 minutes from a conference championship. Can they keep the football and secure the win? Offense will keep it on the ground here. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. And the quarterback just takes a knee. A huge achievement, this conference championship, not just because it means getting a championship ring, but what it means to the playoff committee. And both these coaches, Joe, told us they think winning this game should be more than enough to get into that bracket.
Yeah, I totally agree with them, Chris. I think winning this game should send a strong message to that committee in terms of the playoff they're creating. And this is a group that I would not want to play. You think about what we saw today and the rhythm that they built, the momentum that they've created. This is a team that can be dangerous moving forward.
One final salute for our conference champions today, and we'll see you at the College Football Playoff. For Joel Klatt and Holly Rowe, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.